Got to turn this bad boy around. All right, Yulia City, gotta go talk to Teodoro. Let's do it. He's going to tell us how to get rid of the planet storm, which probably means we're going to end up going to either the absorption or the radiation gate, because that's where I think the radiation gate starts the planet storm and the absorption gate ends the planet storm. So I imagine if we're going to stop them, we're going to have to go to one of the two. Probably the radiation gate, because we haven't gone to the radiation gate yet. And I think you would have to put it into it where it starts, not where it ends, wouldn't you? Because if we try and stop it at the absorption gate, it would still be coming from the radiation gate. It just wouldn't have a place to stop at anymore, which would probably be bad. But I don't know. Just guessing.
What do we need to do to stop the planet storm?
The planet storm is controlled by a giant phonic glyph. It's said that Yulia used the Sword of Lorelei to carve the phonic glyph into the land.
So we'll need to do something about that phonic glyph.
The Sword of Lorelei gathers seventh phonons, and the jewel disperses them. If Yulia gathered seventh phonons with the Sword of Lorelei and opened the gate, then we should be able to disperse them with the jewel and close it.
Do we even know how to use the jewel?
Let us use documents from the time to analyze the jewel here.
Thank you.
Could we split up for a bit while that's being done?
That's unusual coming from you, Tyr.
I don't see why not.
Then we'll meet back here later.
Alright, so this is probably another part of the game where I get to go and talk to everyone. Let's start finding the characters. 6 people to go. There's Annis. We'll do her first.
Wow. Ion managed the Order in conjunction with this place.
Yeah, this is like the real core of the Order of Lorelei.
I'd better shape up. I've got to beat the people here.
Why?
It's still a secret. Anyway, do you think Natalia's okay? You've been friends since you were kids. Go and cheer her up.
Alright. Gotta figure out where Natalia is at. Obviously. There's Jade and Mieu. Is there anyone up on this end? It doesn't look like it. So the others must be outside. Tyr's probably in her room. Guy and Natalia are probably both outside.
How are you feeling?
Fine right now. But Tyr and Mieu found out.
Mieu, I know.
You betrayed my trust, thing. Can't believe you would do that to me.
I see. So Tyr knows. Poor thing.
Yeah. I feel bad for making her worry about me.
You're amazingly dense, aren't you, Luke?
I don't think so.
Oh? Well, then perhaps you're so preoccupied with her that you haven't noticed. Or maybe it's a self-defense reflex. Oh well, it's none of my business.
What are you talking about?
I'm just telling you to go see Tyr. Go on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Jade. How I appreciate you. Anyways, Guy and Natalia's Guy. Natalia is not there. Maybe Natalia's in Tyr's house and then Tyr is in Tyr's room. That's possible. I want to see if Natalia's over here before I talk to Guy. Tyr has got to be in her room. Natalia is not out here, so she must be in Tyr's house and then Tyr is in Tyr's room. What a shock, Tyr is in her own room.
Tyr seems pretty cold, but she's actually pretty nice, huh?
What do you mean?
You haven't really seen her at all.
Sure I have. She's always hard on me. Well, she's nice sometimes, I guess.
Are you stupid? Only a child needs kindness to be blatantly obvious in order to see it. If you haven't realized it for yourself yet, go and look for her now and see what you find.
Was with Guy and Jade playing matchmaker all of a sudden. Anyways, Natalia should be in here. We'll talk to her, and then we'll go talk to Tyr, except Natalia is not in here. Where does this go again? This goes to the flower area, right? No, this goes to a back room. Tyr's room has the door that leads to the flower area. Are they both in Tyr's room, maybe?
Tyr, do you mind if I ask you how it felt? When you learned that that your brother had this terrible plan.
It didn't sound real.
Real?
Yes. It felt like I was listening to a story. I didn't understand what he was talking about.
I think I know what you mean. My whole mind just went blank for a moment.
After that, I frantically investigated what he was trying to do. and I decided I had to stop him no matter what, even if it killed the both of us.
How did you become so determined?
Van was the only relative I had in this world. As one who shared the same blood, I felt I had to stop him.
Hold up a second. Don't you have a grandfather, like, literally in the other room? What do you mean your only relative? Are you not, like, actually related to Teodoro? I thought you were. Ah, whatever.
No matter how many times I asked him, he wouldn't tell me the truth. When I first confronted Van, turned my blade on him, I was like a cornered animal. I couldn't see anything at all.
Tyr.
You shouldn't make the same choice I did, and I don't think you need to.
I want to save this world, even if the planet's memory really is absolute. Yulia left behind an absolute score, yet she didn't read anything in it about replicas. I want to bet on that, on the hope that Luke represents.
Yes, Luke taught us that people can change. Watching him, I put to rest the old me that thought of nothing but killing my brother. I was able to try to understand Van's real feelings.
But I have a feeling I understand why Largo is supporting Van. I don't mean to say that he should be allowed to do what he's doing, but...
Natalia, I don't think it's necessary to understand everything rationally.
I never thought I'd hear you say something like that.
I can say this only because I hold on so hard to being rational. Some answers you can only...
Tyr, thank you.
I double tapped A by mistake. I apologize. I'm pretty sure she said you can only find out by letting go. My bad. I don't think I've done that very much in this game. I usually make that mistake in a couple of games. Like, usually once every, like, 5 to 10 sessions, I'll accidentally double tap A, but it happens from time to time.
I should leave Natalia to Tyr for now. I'll head back to Teodoro.
Only after eavesdropping on the whole conversation. Way to go, Luke. Thinking of Tyr. Mieu, you were with Jade. What are you doing back with me? Tyr's in the same position as Natalia, isn't she? She never shows it, so I tend to forget. Tyr's a nice person, so she doesn't let you see when she's hurt. It's like everyone does that. Yeah, I know, but I think that every single one of these characters has done that. So just be nice to her. I said I know, thing. You don't need to tell me. Mieu. Master, can I ask you something? Or can I ask something? I put the word you in there for no reason. What? Why do you call me thing? Oh, well, you know, you're blue, have weird ears, sound like a girl, and breathe fire. You're a thing. Mieu, I don't understand. Don't worry. Anyway, I'll try to keep Tyr in mind. Oh, Luke, you Casanova, you. This is a really weird time to bring up why Mieu is called Thing, but whatever. I guess we had to address it at some point after Luke stopped being an absolute douche. Bum bum ba.
Just as I thought, this jewel is inscribed with a phonic art as well. Please focus 7 phonons into it. Its dispersive power and phonic art will activate, stopping the phonic glyph.
That'll close the gate, huh?
Yes. I would seal it off at the Absorption Gate.
Why would we seal it off at the Absorption Gate? That's the exact opposite of what I thought. Why do you seal it off at where it ends rather than where it begins? You want to... It seems like if you need to stop something, you stop it at the source, not at the end point. But maybe that's just me. What do I know? I don't understand how phonons work.
That's where the planet storm finishes its cycle. Closing it there is the most logical choice.
It seems like the exact opposite to me. No, he said it finishes its cycle there, so maybe the planet storm doesn't actually have a start and end point. It's just going... It does go all the way around the planet, I know that. So I guess it just has a cycle that goes... The cycle begins there and ends there. Whatever, I don't care. Let's just go do it.
The Absorption Gate. That's where we fought Van.
Tyr, if we stop the planet storm, we'll be able to approach Eldred. It may be painful for you, but let's do our best.
Right.
What about you, Natalia? Are you going to be okay?
I'm fine. Thank you. Hey, what about me? And me!
Okay. Is everybody ready? Ready! Then we're off to the Absorption Gate. Wait, one of those responses sounded weird.
Oh, details, details. There's no time, Luke. Let's go.
Jade, you were the... Jade is a gem, man. It's like one of those characters that come along every, like, 5... You know, you play or watch... You watch some shows, you play some games. Every, like, 5 to 10 of them, you just run into this one character that's just like, this character is so good that he can just... He's amazing in all situations. Jade is one of those characters. The final confrontation. So we're finally going to confront the new Order of Lorelei, after them having existed for like a week. Natalia looks really troubled. She doesn't have much time to make her decision. And she knows that, which makes things even harder on her. Why doesn't she just run away? She doesn't need to fight her real father. Yeah, I know. But she is who she is now because she's never turned aside from the obstacles in her path. She won't run away even if we tell her to, huh? Well, if she's a burden, we'll leave her behind. If she doesn't want that, she'll have to settle her feelings. Jade telling it like it is. Tough as usual, aren't you? I'm only stating the obvious. I'm telling you, man, Jade is just one of those characters. Just one of those characters. Alright. Let's get on out of here. We need to go straight to the Absorption Gate, I believe. How long have I been recording? I'm not even at half an hour yet. We're making great progress. I know for a fact that Eldrin is the last dungeon, because I did look up what is the last dungeon in Tales of the Abyss, and it said when you get to a place called Eldrin, that's the last one. Which was a really good way not to spoil it, sort of. I mean, it's like, you know there's nothing after Eldrin, but they didn't say specifically, oh, you know, like, after you take down Van the first time and he absorbs Lorelei and you have to turn off the planet storm and etc., etc. A world without the planet storm. Once we stop the planet storm, phonic arts and phone tech will all get a lot weaker, right? Well, that wouldn't happen right away. Things shouldn't change too much for a few years. It'll have a lingering effect, okay. So we'll have to figure out a new source of energy in that time. Time to discover coal! But that'll probably take a while, so phonists probably won't have much to do. Those with sufficient abilities will still be able to use phonic arts. Those without will likely be out of a job. The economy is going to take a hit, man. The 7th phonon will become harder to use, too, because there's less of it. And without the planet storm, no new 7th phonons will be made. Yes, I expect 7th phonists will experience most difficulty, but in any case, we can talk about this after we stop the planet storm. I had trouble reading that sentence. Yeah, we don't have time to be thinking about the future. We need to focus on the immediate danger, which is also slightly in the future, but whatever. Why every time? 28 minutes into a recording, roughly, and very first thing that happens in that 28 minutes? Skype message. I swear, people only want to communicate with me when I'm recording something. That's the only logical time for someone to try and get a hold of me. Do you drop straight into the dungeon or outside of it? Straight into it. Awesome. We're definitely going to find a god general here.
I never thought we'd come here again.
A lot more people have died since then.
We've got to put an end to this.
That's why we've come here, right?
Yes, but it looks like we're not the only ones who've come.
That's an oracle ship. We'd best be careful.
Oracle ship, God General, called it. What are the possibilities for God Generals? Dist is dead. Ash is on our side. That leaves, Largo, Sink, and Lagretta. Am I missing one? Arietta is dead. I was thinking, like, I only named 5 people, and their name is 6 God Generals, so I gotta be missing someone. It looks like we have to do these, score things again. So I need red, cyan, and yellow for that one. And then I need green, cyan, and red for that one. So who could we possibly fight here? I don't think it's gonna be Lagretta. Lagretta is always, like, right at Van's side the majority of the time that we see her. So I have a feeling... I didn't see that snail. I couldn't even... I thought I was on the platform to the left at first. And I was like, where am I? But whatever. We can get a little bit of EXP here. Probably be good for us since we're coming near to the end of the game. Anyways, get out of here. So I don't think it's going to be Lagretta. Ash is on our side. Dist and Arietta are dead. That leaves Sync and Largo. Would we fight Largo so soon after we just met with him and the whole Natalia stuff going on? Oh, hey. Icicle Rain. Get it. That was pretty cool. I like the noise it made. I think that Tyr might have casted Judgment there, and that's what all the blasts raining around were. But anyways, it's got to be Largo or Sync. I think it's going to be Sync. I don't think we're going to fight Largo just yet, because Natalia hasn't had enough time to think. Or maybe it'll be Largo because they don't want to give Natalia much time to think. That's also a possibility, but I really feel like it could be Sync.